What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome back to the Diablo 4 Research Institution. Appreciate you guys coming by. Like this video if you will. Subscribe to the page and the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. So here now is my Sorcerer. I've been taking it slow and easy with her. Just taking that shit nice and slow. And I did design her in the way I kind of like. I think this outfit is the embodiment of a cold blizzard sorceress, as far as I could find one anyway. Just the blues and the elegant metals and all that. I think it looks pretty cool. But so she casts a blizzard every 15 seconds, and she has just a bunch of cold skills that I've been utilizing. But there have been some announcements for sorcerer changes, and I know in general it seems that a lot of people are bitching about how the sorcerer is maybe the bottom end class, potentially, when it comes to their potential. They just kind of suck. I'm having a good time with this Frost one. I haven't looked into any guides or builds, but then again, she is only level 37, so I'm guessing I'm going to have to change up this build by the time I want to do tier 3 maybe, or even tier 4, but I suppose time will tell. But let's check out some of the changes for the Sorcerer. I've read some for the Druid already, and the Necromancer, which I think is my favorite class so far. I like having the summons around me. It's very chill, and you have options. You can also be the Bone Necromancer, which a lot of you guys keep saying is the best way to go, to have a Bone Spear Necromancer. And I might try that. Ideally, I would like a hybrid of a sort, but I'm not sure if a hybrid summon Necromancer exists in Tier 4. It's something I guess I'll have to look into, although I'd like to experiment and try it myself. But I think that would be the most epic way to go. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the Sorcerer changes. Flickering Firebolt. Firebolt generates 2 mana when hitting an enemy. So incentivizing the fire builds, which I know are very lackluster. In fact, I found some, what are they? They're gloves that allow for Meteor to cast 2 meteors at once, or 3 meteors around it. So now it doesn't only do this, where it's 1 meteor, but it does this, where there are 3 additional meteors that follow it. But even still, I feel like the damage is pretty poor. What this thing does is meteorites fall around meteor, dealing 165 fire damage on impact. Your meteorites additionally burn enemies they hit for 495 damage over 6 seconds. So maybe that's something I should experiment with. Perhaps I'll make a video on respecking into fire and just trying that out, comparing it to this Blizzard build. But yeah, let's see what else they have going on, because I would like to try a fire build. Enhanced Fireball. Casting Fireball increases its radius by 50%. Sounds like a good AoE. Destructive Fireball. I think that was actually a lower before, so I assume that's a buff right there. Maybe it's 30%. Fireball's critical strike damage is increased by 20%. This bonus is increased to 30% if Fireball hits at least 3 enemies. Oh my god! So the more enemies, the better. You destroy the shit out of them as you group them up. So that sounds good. Ooh, Greater Chain Lightning. That's what I also want to try, is a Chain Lightning build. That's what I tried since the beginning. I made it work for a little while, but I just decided to go Blizzard because I like Blizzard from Diablo 2. Thought it was a cool skill. And even Diablo 3 a bit. I just like the AoE and the chill effects and just the tone that skill brings to the game. Each time Chain Lightning bounces, it deals 5% increased damage for its duration. Getting sick of seeing this shit fall constantly. Let's put a different, let's put something else there. There we go. Can't concentrate with that shit. Each time Chain Lightning bounces, it deals 5% increased damage for its duration. And then Destructive Chain Lightning. Chance to form Crackling Energy increased from 25 to 30%. Alright, so some bonuses with Chain Lightning. increased damage when it bounces, and more crackling energy, which is a great... I really enjoy the crackling energy, because when you kill the monsters, they have a chance of dropping a crackling energy. It's kind of like a health orb. You just run up to it, and you have a belt, right above your skill belt, that can hold like 10 or 15 of them or something like that, and you can just collect them. And as you're collecting them, they will automatically be used up as you're in the vicinity of enemies. So it's kind of like Diablo 3's Conduit Shrine, where if enemies are close to you, you'll just zap them with lightning. That's what it reminded me of. And you're just constantly generating it. And I think that would be a really cool build. And I actually have some boots that I recently found that enhance crackling energy, where collecting crackling energy increases your movement speed by 14% per 4 seconds. So that's quite a significant movement speed. And I feel like it's a common complaint with Diablo 4 that your characters just move too damn slow. So imagine a lightning build where they're running around, crackling energy and all that shit, just moving faster and faster. Yeah, I think that could potentially be a good time. Passives. Veer's Mastery. Another thing that harkens back to Diablo 3, the Veer's set, which is the Archon set. Return into an Archon, really powerful and all that, for a certain duration of time. Damage bonus increased from 10% to 15%, so a massive bonus there, but a 50% bonus. Esu's Ferocity, I think is how you say, has an additional functionality. Both bonuses are also granted for 3 seconds when hitting a boss with a critical strike. Combustion passive. Your burning effects deal times 20% increased damage, plus an additional times 2% increased damage per unique source of burning you have applied to the enemy. Oh my god! So that's kind of like the Firebird set in Diablo 3, where the more enemies you have burning, the more damage you're doing, but basically this is the more types of burning you're doing, the more damage applied. So apparently there are a few different types of burning, which I guess I'll have to experiment with. Jeez, look at all these changes to the Sorcerer. Are you serious? They really buffed her up. Searing Heat Legendary Node. Casting Fireball or Meteor increases your critical strike chance by 5% for 5 seconds, up to 15%. So good, another Fireball Meteor buff, which I think is sorely needed. Ceaseless Conduit Legendary Node. Increase Crackling Energy's damage from 2% to 3% per 20 intelligence the player has reinforce Rare Glymph. Nice. I like those ones where it incentivizes you to get more intelligence and shit, because it does remind me of Diablo 2 a little bit more, how some things required you have certain stat points, and that's just not a thing in Diablo 4, unfortunately. You don't need X amount of dex to use an item, for example, or strength, or whatever. So I like the incentives here where it incentivizes you to look for intelligence, for example, on your gear. Because then this shit starts to matter a little bit. Because generally, it doesn't really matter. You don't really care if your gear has intelligence on it or not. It's just some stupid stat, and you'd rather have more damage effects, rather. Like vulnerability or slow effects and overpower and all that shit. So, yeah, this adds a little bit more depth, which is a good thing. Because then you could maybe re-roll some mods on your gear to try to get intelligence, and that'll be great for crackling energy damage. Territorial Rare Glymph. Alright, the dog was going off. I'm not sure how well she can be heard over the microphone. I don't think she can be heard that well. Can she? We have the mail here, so I think I'm going to pause the video for just a moment. I'll be right back, alright? I'm going to get that little doggo to hush up for a minute. Alright, welcome back to the Research Institution. If you guys will like this video, subscribe to the page. So, Territorial Rare Glymph. Damage reduction increased from 10% to 15%. Oh my god! Be freaking invulnerable here. So, a lot of buffs to the Sorcerer. Warding Rare Glymph. Damage reduction increased from 13% to 25%. Oh my god! Alright, so, I mean... I still don't really want to play the Sorcerer. Because I'm having a good time with a Necromancer, and I'd like to try maybe an Archer Rogue or something, even though I know they're not optimal. I'd like to try one. In addition to that, maybe a Druid again. The Druid was the first character that I made when Diablo 4 released. I was hoping for a better summon Druid, but of course it really sucked, the summons, so I just was forced into like a Storm build, is what I did, even though it wasn't the popular way to go. The popular way to go is, of course, the Pulverized Grizzly build. But now there's like the Wolf Tornado build, which I'd love to try, so I'm thinking of trying something like that. Keeper of Flames rare node. Damage reduction increased from 4% to 5%. Bonus damage reduction increased from 4% to 5%. Smoldering Embers rare node. Damage reduction from burning enemies increased from 4% to 5%. Bonus damage reduction from burning enemies increased from 4% to 5%. What? Damage bonus. Bonus damage reduction. Okay. There's a difference there, I think. So, guarded rare node. Damage reduction from vulnerable enemies increased from 4% to 5%. Bonus damage reduction from vulnerable enemies increased from 4% to 5%. Oppressive rare node. Damage reduction from vulnerable enemies increased from 4% to 5%. Lightning Resilience rare node. Maximum life bonus increased from 4% to 6%. I would like to try the a lightning build as well. Okay, legendaries. Serpentine aspect. You may have one additional Hydra active, and Hydra's duration is increased by 14 to 24%. That's a build I wouldn't mind trying, because when I first made the Sorcerer on the beta, I got her to level 25, I think is what the first beta allowed you to get to, and I did find a few Hydra legendaries, or one or two anyway. I remember I could have 3 Hydras out at once, and it was awesome. Totally obliterated shit back then anyway. So at least they're making them last a little longer. I think that's quite significant. This now also affects Hydra's enchantment effect. Nice. So your bonus Hydra from enchantment will have that duration as well. I don't know if it'll spawn 2 Hydras, however. I'm not sure about that. Okay. Aspect of Conflagration, another Diablo 3 reference from that your passive in Diablo 3. Bonus burning damage increased from 20% to 30% to 20% to 40%. Aspect of Engulfing Flames. Bonus burning damage increased from 30% to 40% to 60% to 80%. Aspect of 3 Curses. Increase the critical strike damage of Meteor and Fireball by 20% to 40%. Oh my god! Double this damage against healthy enemies. Just clearing the screen with that shit. I'd love to try that Meteor with those gloves that I found. Flamewalker's aspect. Bonus movement speed duration increased from 4 to 6 seconds. Gravitational aspect. Ball lightning orbits around you and deals 15 to 25% increased damage. I don't think I like ball lightning. Kind of felt like an ass skill. So I might have to mess with it again in the future. Aspect of Unbroken Tether. Additional chain lightning bounces increased from 2 to 4. Oh my god. You're gonna be like Jedi Sith Master. Holy shit. I'd love to try that. Recharging aspect. Each time chain lightning bounces, you gain 1.5 to 3 mana. Be siphoning up your mana, using chain lightning, constantly blasting shit out of enemies, collecting crackling energies. That's what I want to try with the Sorcerer, really. That's my number one I want to try right now. Charged aspect. Bonus movement speed duration increased from 4 to 8 seconds. That's not what I have on these boots, is it? Oh my god! Yeah, these are for 4. So that aspect is going to change to 8 seconds. You'll be running fast as a freaking toad. Aspect of the Bounding Conduit. Bonus movement speed increased from 20 to 25% to 25 to 30%. New legendary, Mage Lord's Aspect. Are you serious? Increased Veer's Mastery Key passive damage reduction by 6 to 9% for each close enemy. Up to 18 to 27%. Jeez, ton of damage reduction. Aspect of Frozen Orbit. Damage increased from 20 to 30% to 30% to 40%. Okay. Storm Swell Aspect. Bonus damage increased from 11 to 20% to 21 to 30%. Snow Veiled Aspect. Unstoppable duration increased from 2 to 3 seconds to 3 to 5 seconds. Additional functionality. Also grants 10% bonus armor for 3 to 5 seconds. I assume armor's worth a damn? I know resistances aren't really, right? But I guess we'll find out. Incendiary Aspect. Lucky Hit. Damage from your pyromancy skills has up to a 12 to 17% chance to restore 10 mana. Oh my god! I love that shit that restores mana. You just feel so powerful when you're blasting shit away, just killing shit all over the place. Your mana just keeps replenishing. I love that stuff. Snowguard's Aspect. While within your own blizzard, and for 3 seconds after leaving it, you take 20 to 25% less damage, and that'll work great with the Blizzard enchantment, that one that's constantly casting on yourself. Aspect of Concentration. Mana regeneration increased from 20 to 30% to 40 to 50%. Duration requirement to gain its benefit reduced from 3 to 2 seconds. Okay, and then Uniques, Gloves of the Illuminator. Damage penalty reduced from 65 to 55% to 45 to 35%. Damage to stunned affects replaced with Lucky Hit. Nice. Change to restore resource. I think that's chance to restore resource, but I don't know. Illuminator's first bounce occurs much closer to the player. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot of shit. A lot of shit coming up with the Sorcerer. Again, I'm still not entirely convinced that that's what I want to play. Oh, I have the meteor going on right now. Oh my god! Oh, that was actually pretty cool. But I am not spec'd for fire, so don't expect much. But yeah, I am curious. What do you guys think about those changes? Here we go. Hey, it looks cool. Yeah, it does look cool, at least. So, at least there's that. But yeah, I am curious what you guys have to say about those changes, so comment below your thoughts on those matters. I'm going to mess around with my Necromancer a little bit more. I'll be making some videos on him, and we'll keep you guys updated on... there's more changes coming up, so I will keep you updated on that. Again, if you will like this video, subscribe to the page. I'll see you guys in a hot minute. Peace be with you.